Hi, this is May Doldalau here. Thanks for being a friend, follower on my wall. And I wanted to tell you guys that we have a Finance Freedom Makeover 1-year discount, and it's ending on Friday, August 26th at 6:30 a.m. Hawaii time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to talk about that today. But first, a little bit about myself. If you don't know already, my name is May Doldalau. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii with my husband, Jamel, and our 8-year-old son, Jordan. And back in 2011, I had over $40,000 of credit card debts and line of credit debts. And I didn't own any property. I had a negative net worth. But by 2016, April, paid off all the debt. And by December 23rd, 2016 was my last day working at my job here in Hawaii at a local bank. I quit, never went back. I became a part-time finance freedom coach. And I became a full-time mom, which I was a mom, but I was working so much at my job that I was like a part-time mom until I finally quit. And so since then, we've bought 2 properties. I live in this condo with our family. It's a 3-bedroom in Waikiki. We own another 1-bedroom condo down the street, which is an illegal active Airbnb business. So I tell you my story because I want you to know that if you're suffering from financial difficulties, you have too much debt, or you're not able to pay your bills on time, or you're just really depressed about money, there is a way for you to change your life and become good at money. And it is something that anyone can do, all right? You do not have to be educated in finance, all right? You don't have to have a college degree, okay? Anyone can do it. There's a system. Now, I learned about the system back in those days when I was learning about money. I learned about the system and I followed it, and that's how I was able to quit my job and how I was able to create passive income. When I quit, our family's net worth had improved by over about $500,000, and we were making about $500 a month in passive income every month, right? So I want to teach this to you. That's what I did when I quit in 2016. I taught groups, mastermind groups. I called them Finance Freedom Mastermind groups. One of them included Alicia, and she's going to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her experience and why this group is so important. And this program that I'm talking about, we're going to tell you more. But Alicia, go ahead and introduce yourself. Where are you from? What do you do?
All right, I'm here in Houston, Texas. I do social media marketing, and I started May several years ago to get out of my funk in my life. I was basically getting out of a relationship and trying to be at things on my own and figuring out life in many ways. And May helped me figure out ways to start my savings, and which I was never really able to control. And just that baby steps here and there helped me to become more stable and seeing financial freedom in the future. So it's exciting to really, I guess people have to be humble with themselves and figure out like they need help. And it's hard to do that sometimes. And that was where May just said, you can do this, and just like tugged me as a big friend and took me on the journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so it does require a lot of humility to say you need help. That's a good thing to mention. When I was having financial difficulties, I cried a lot. I was embarrassed a lot. Honestly, I felt like I was smarter than that to have so much financial problems. And I just didn't understand how I could get into so much trouble. But I really had difficulty, like just paying basic bills. My checks would bounce. And when a check doesn't go through to pay rent, well, it would go through, but then the bank would charge me these fees, like $30-something every time a check doesn't go through, right? And those fees are expensive, you know, and it was just really hard. I remember I had so much difficulty, and I was like, why? How can I fix it, you know? And there's ways to do it. And it's just a method. I didn't learn about money when I was in school, right? They didn't teach me about it. They didn't teach me, hey, You know, you need to put aside 10% of everything you make and pay yourself first. Hey, you need to value yourself. You know, you pay yourself before you pay the bills. You pay yourself before you pay the rent or the mortgage or the car payment or your groceries. That might sound counterintuitive to some of you, but that's the key. One of the biggest keys is that. I know Alicia had a hard time learning that, really hard time learning that. It's not just Alicia. This is something that most people have struggled with, that I've met, because most people don't have their finances in control. They don't. And another thing that I learned was how to control my finances, right? How to control myself. So in terms of my diet, what I eat, I am very good at controlling myself. Like I can go to parties, I can go to Christmas, I can go to Thanksgiving. They will put out all this junk food. They'll put all this food, you know, people will stuff their face and I won't. I will not be full. I will eat what I want and I'll eat nutritious food and I'll be good. Now, most people look at that and they're like, wow, that's like iron self-control, right? But I didn't have that with money, you know, and you could be really good in one area of your life and suck at money, right? You could be an excellent musician or a wonderful cook. I don't know, great mom, right? You could be great at piano. Alicia was great at piano. She's a piano teacher. She's expanding her business now. You know, she's really great at that. You could be very skilled at something, really skilled. You know, social media marketing. When I first did a course with Alicia, she had all this information. I was like, geez, she has all this information in her head crammed in there. I don't know where it was, like so much information about social media marketing, right? But she didn't have a clue about money, man. Oh my gosh, right? Neither did I. I had no clue. It was ridiculous. And then I learned these steps. And they're not hard. It's just that it's better to do it with someone else to help you. You know, it's kind of challenging. You know, you have to look at what you're doing with your money. You know, where is your money going? How's it coming in? We just learned an exercise. We're supposed to monitor every money, all the money that comes in and out. And Alicia, I think a couple of days ago was like, I can't do this. This is terrible. Oh my God. Ah! You know? You will be resistant, just like I was. When I first heard that exercise, I was the same way. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, so much work. You know, how can you spend so much time looking at your money? Like, how can you write down what you spend and what you bring in and stuff? It's like, how can you keep track of your net worth every month? How can you, I mean, to me, it was like, this is insane. But because I started doing it, now our lives are changed. Mm-hmm. Because Alicia started doing her net worth, she practices every month. We learn something every month about it. Every time we do it, something new. It's like, oh, right? But because she does that, she has better control of her money. Right?
Yes.
She doesn't let people bill her things. She doesn't know what it is anymore. She used to have all these auto debits coming out, right? Not know what they were. Like, what is that? What is that? Now she's in full control. She knows who borrows from her, who owes her money. She knows what's coming out, what's going out. If a bill changes, she talks about it. You know, this utility company, they're charging way too much. I need to switch, right? Right? Or I need to maximize my savings account income. How do I do that, right? And she knows to the penny, almost, pretty much. She knows the certain dollar amount, exactly how much she's put in an account to get the maximum that she needs. Yeah. Right? And so her net worth is better. Her finances are better. Her income is like quadrupled. I don't even know what it is. It's like way higher. So there are steps. So basically what I'm trying to tell everyone, if you're listening to this, you've listened to this long, there are steps. Okay. You just do them. They might seem like awful steps, but you just do them. And then they're not awful anymore. They become normal. And once you make those steps normal for you, your finances will grow and your financial difficulties will disappear. They will change into other things. They won't be so awful. They'll become more challenging, more interesting. Like right now, Alicia's biggest challenge is she's expanding her business. Right? She's figuring out when to lease a commercial property, to do group lessons, and how to handle that, what to do. And this is not a bad problem to have. This is a good problem, right? So she can make her income like triple or something a month if she can just figure this out. This is her current challenge, right? It's a good challenge. A good challenge. My challenge is I have to move like over $100,000 to somewhere to maximize its earning potential. That's a pretty darn interesting and good challenge to have, right? Before, my challenges were like, how do I pay that overdraft fee on my checking account? Right now, my challenges are, where do I put six figures? Like, how do I move around money and maximize what we earn? And should I buy this property or not? That's my biggest challenge. That's what I talked to Alicia about. I just looked at the property and I'm not sure if I should go into partnership with this person and buy it. It's like $189,000. It's a really good deal. That's what I talk about. This is what I talk about now. And our net worths are positive, okay? Talking to our financial advisor and we're like, he's like, you're almost at $1 million. Once you get there, you'll have these access to all these, you're almost there. We really are almost at $1 million for our net worth. That blows my mind, okay? So if you're listening to this and you're interested at all, I recommend you sign up for Finance Freedom Makeover. It's one of the best deals we have in terms of cost. For a whole year, it's $297. You'll get one video every week, and it's a recording of the mastermind that Alicia and Isaac and Chris and Kenny went through, all to create habits, the habit to learn the skills and create habits of financial freedom so that they can move on and create lives where they actually control their money, feel better about money. Not only that, you get that video recording of an actual mastermind, and you get an invite every week on Wednesday at 6:15 a.m. Hawaii time, 12:15 p.m. Eastern time right now. Okay, it changes when there's daylight savings, but we're always on Hawaii time because I live in Hawaii, just so you know. You get a live Zoom invite every Wednesday to join us. And if you have any questions about the video, you need help, you want someone, you just want to hang out, make friends, you want to make finance freedom friends, we invite you every Wednesday. So you get the video, you get a free live Zoom invite. For a whole year, you get this. This is an amazing deal, $297. It's like so cheap, right? And then on top of that, any special bonuses I have, events, I will invite you. You will get invites to all my special events. If I have a bonus, if I have a special offer, I will give it to you. If I do a special training, I will have you first on my list. So this is a really, and you can always email me questions. I do answer emails on business days, not on the weekend. Yes, so you can ask me any questions. So that's the whole deal. It's a really good deal. And it ends next Friday. I'm going to increase the price by $100. So that's it. That's it. And I want you guys to join in August because I want an August group together, learning at the same pace, because it's better to learn together at the same speed. And then everyone is working with each other. And that's why I want this to happen in August. So I'm making the deadline August 26th, and that's the final deadline for this discount. So get in there, click on the link below this video to find out more information. And Alicia, do you have anything else you want to add before we end this?
No, just take courage to take the first step.
Okay, there you go. If you have any questions for me or Alicia, you can just put it underneath this video and we will answer them. You can also check it out. Oh, click the link. I will show you what will happen. When you click the link, you will go to my blog. And on my blog, right, there's this post about Finance Freedom Makeover 1-year discount, right? So all you have to do is go down, okay, and it has all the information. Click here, and when you click there, you will go to the page where you sign up. And this is a page where you sign up, get instant access. You click on that button, and then that's where you pay. the $297 for the annual tuition. You probably, if you have PayPal, you log in. If not, you just go and you pay it. And then you're in. Okay? Do it before Friday. All right. Oh, it says $25. I have to edit this button. I'm going to edit that button right now, but it should say $297. Good thing I went in there and checked it. Okay, so why don't you guys head over there? I'm going to change that button to $297. Okay, have a great day. Aloha. Peace.